Life is short, bro.
It is,
you
man.
You never know.
And that's one of the things what I want to tell you. Like, I'm glad you said that because life is short. And I want y'all to be like, the opportunity that you have, I want you to take full advantage of those and like appreciate that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because I was just telling Mariah, like, bro, we was sitting on the plane growing up. You didn't do planes. You was in the car and y'all was all on a road trip together. And we was geeked to be in the SUV or if moms and dad got a rental, we was geeked to be in the rental, like going wherever we was going, San Antonio or like Kansas or like somewhere else just on the car. But, oh yeah, you wasn't hopping on the plane. So I was telling Mariah, like, bro, it's crazy that like we even own this plane. And, you know, Mariah had been on planes before growing up and it ain't nothing to her. But I be telling her like all the time, especially when we go out there to Florida, because, you know, that's everyday living for her at one point in her life.
This is something new.
This is something new. I be telling her like all the time, like, you don't understand. Like, I was taking videos because I know you had been to Hawaii, so you've been exposed to a lot more. But I was taking videos and I was sending them, bro, I need you to see this because I need you to stop thinking that the stuff that is on TV, that stuff is not possible for us to have. You know what I'm saying? Or we got to go about it a certain way. To where we try to take on, to get on, we take on this wrong lifestyle. And it's like, bro, you didn't have to live that lifestyle. You know, you did not have to live that. Like, I know where y'all come from. Y'all didn't have to live that lifestyle. It's not that
far.
Yeah.
You look at it and you see it on TV, it makes it seem so far away. Oh, yeah. That's how I was looking at Hawaii. Because we was like when the person I was dating at the time, we was like, yeah, let's just go here. Let's just go here. We just going to go to Louisiana. I was like, why? We can go to Hawaii. But Hawaii just sounded so foreign to us, but it's not that unobtainable.
It's not.
Anybody can go to Hawaii with the proper planning.
Oh yeah, man. It's what's crazy because my father-in-law, man, the woman that he's with, she's from Jamaica. And she was telling us about trips that she just back and forth to Jamaica. To Miami airport, to Jamaica. She was like, yeah, it's nothing. She was like, really a flight to...
That's a quick one.
Yeah, from Miami to Jamaica. She was like, it's not that expensive. She was like, it just gets expensive for y'all because y'all got to fly from Oklahoma to Dallas, Dallas to Miami, Miami to Jamaica.
Yeah.
That's why it costs so much for y'all. But she was like, it's just right there. And she said that she had family members that stayed on the West Coast, and from San Francisco to Hawaii is nothing.
Yeah.
Because you right there, and it's just like, it's just things that we think is just so foreign to us because we never exposed to these things. And we think that we got to do, like you said, we got to do everything and above because
you got to save for all these years. You got to plan for all these. No,
it's not that far. And I kept showing it because before we went to that canal, but when we was on that canal, we had seen like these big like yachts. I'm talking about these like big yachts, man.
Mega yachts.
It was crazy.
Wall Street yachts.
It was crazy, bro. And I'm talking about, bro, they lined up house at the house at the house at the house, got a yacht. All of them got yachts. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. So I sent it to Jannar and I was telling him like, bro, this is every day. They living like this is every day. This ain't something foreign to them like, oh, you know, maybe it can, maybe. Nah, bro, this is, and these ain't like crazy people. What was, it was crazy when we was on that canal, that water boat, and I'm talking about this crazy, this stupid big house. And these people was just sitting in there eating, because they had these big old windows so you could see into their house. They sitting there at their dinner table just eating.
Brave.
Oh, yeah.
I want people just seeing it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of them had like the windows like closed and everything.
Yeah.
But
and they're eating shrimp and fettuccine.
Man, watching TV. They had the basketball. I remember steak. They had a basketball game when they was sitting there watching the basketball game. And this lady said it before I said it, but she was like, man, look at them. They just living normally in there watching the basketball game like we do back at home. But they just living a completely different lifestyle.
Yeah.
And they not thinking nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? They not thinking like this is crazy or like this is the norm. You know, and
I kind of hope they are.
I kind of hope they
bro,
are.
I still be walking through my house like, this is crazy.
Oh, no, for sure, bro. For sure.
This is weird.
The level that I'm on, for sure.
What?
Oh, for sure, bro.
This is weird.
I want you to be grateful for the moment that you in.
Yeah. So if I do get I don't really want a big house.
Yeah.
If I do get a nicer house, I'm going to be like, this is crazy.
Yeah, man. For sure. And it's not even that. I was telling Mariah, like, I'm cool even if we don't get a big house. But we can just take, like, outlandish trips. Like, yes, bro. Like, that's what I was saying in that. I don't know, bro. It's just that I don't want people to think that there's nothing above what I see right now.
Yeah, you can do anything.
You can. Want to. Man, I don't know, bro. It just hits me because I just like I said, man, this ain't just about Mario, but I just feel like in that situation, bro, like they know no more. You know what I'm saying? This was the deepest thing because this was all that was exposed to me. And it was one time, bro, I was thinking like that. Like this was all that was exposed to me. So this is all I could think about.
What do you mean?
All right, man. So I'm gonna put it into context. When it came to when I was playing baseball in high school, I didn't think that dudes went and played college baseball in other states. Because the dudes that played, all the dudes I knew that played college baseball, they played in Oklahoma. They just went to these different schools in Oklahoma. And we knew like Matt Kemp went to the MLB, but Matt Kemp graduated in like 2005. You know, Matt Kemp wasn't our everyday that we were shaking hands with and we was doing that stuff. And like I said, like EJ was one of the greatest baseball players that I knew. And you didn't have like all these major league teams just running up to his door saying all this stuff. So I got to thinking like, and there's no diss to EJ. I still hope he make it big. But it's like, bro, when you see all that and you thinking like, man, I don't think it's possible to make it out of baseball. I don't think it's possible to make it out of baseball just playing in this high school here. Mm-hmm. But that's not the case. Like, if you really like, this is one of the things I can't fault my parents. I really got to fault me because I didn't really like go and search for it because I thought all you had to do was just play high school baseball and that's it. And then college teams come ask for you to play. You go to the college and then MLB teams and then you go to the MLB. I thought it just worked like that, but it's not that case. You got to travel. You got to put yourself out there. You got to go to these tours and these showcases and these tournament games. You got to go to those things. And if you don't put yourself out there, bro, you can never get exposed to a certain level of baseball.
That's anything. You can't get exposed to anything.
You can't get exposed to anything. Like, don't get me wrong, like, Oklahoma.
You ain't making no connections in the crib.
You ain't making no connections.
I don't care how many followers you got on Instagram or whatever. None. Unless you out there making it work, it don't matter.
You're not making no connections like that. And don't get me wrong, Oklahoma baseball is cool. I'm not saying that, like, there is no talent in Oklahoma playing baseball. But when you go start playing people from, like, California, Texas, like even Kansas and Missouri, all these, like, other states around here, when you get exposed to different levels of talent, you start to see, like, bro, maybe I'm really not, I may be at the top tier in Oklahoma, but top tier in Oklahoma ain't going to really get you anywhere. Yeah. You got to be top, you got to be able to compete because another thing about baseball is that, bro, you're not competing with just people in America. They getting people from like DR. Overseas, the DR. They getting people from all over the place.
DR and Japan.
Oh, they definitely getting people from DR and Japan.
They scooping them up.
And the same thing goes with business as well, or really anything that you do. Like you think that, oh, we the only people doing podcasts and we just trying to compete on the small. Nah, bro. Like we got to be grateful for the level that we at. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but we competing on a much higher scale. And if we don't ever get exposed to what more is out there, think about it, bro. Think about it, just me. Just me, when I was doing the podcast before you had got on, how I was coming at it. And then I didn't even leave the state. I didn't even leave my circle of influence. I just went to you. And you was like, nah, bro, we got to get the license. We got to get better mics. We got to get this type of stuff here so we can get to another level. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have to leave my circle of influence and none of that stuff. But if you never exposed to anything outside of what your everyday living is or what you just seeing all the time, how can you expect yourself to be better?
You can't. I mean, that was more so a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Rhetorical question.
Yeah.
But you can't. I was thinking about that earlier this week and just kind of having more time just to kind of, I'm putting my phone down more. Mm-hmm. Got more books in the house to kind of read.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you really have to go out there and do stuff because you staying at the crib ain't gonna do it at all.
No,
and it's not even. Oh, let's put it in baseball. Oh, I got to go on these tours for baseball, or I got to go to these writing conferences. You got to go out and just do a bunch of different things. Mm-hmm. You can't just focus on the one thing because you can go to these writer conferences and you can meet writers. You can go to baseball or whatever.
Yeah,
motivational speaker conference. Mm-hmm. But let's say you want to go like on your vacation in Florida.
Yeah.
You out there, you're doing different things out there and you can meet different people in different fields and make different connections elsewhere. Yeah. So even if you do decide, all right, you know what, they're right. I got to get out there and do more. Know that you can't just do it in one single fashion.
Yeah.
You got to expose yourself to a myriad of things.